all you beautiful Bravehearts from all around the world. I hope you're having an amazing day from wherever you are joining us. Welcome to the Perfect Day Live Q&A, where no question is off limits and all questions are welcome. I'm Cynthia Hughes, and I'm here with two amazing master practitioners, Lorraine Clifford and Sandra May. How are you two ladies doing? Lorraine, we'll start with you.
Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The holiday season was great. We had some beautiful snow, so got out there and made a snowman and a few snow angels. Got to visit my family. Yeah, it was amazing, and I'm glad to be here where I am. Mm-hmm. And being able to share this beautiful information to all of you Bravehearts out there.
Awesome. That's so great to hear. And Sandra May, how are you doing?
I am great. I'm happy to be here too. We've kind of got out of practice over the Christmas holidays, but yeah, I'm here, and I'm also a part of the warehouse team in the Canadian warehouse, and so things are rocking here in the Canadian warehouse. So it's an exciting time to be a part of the Doc of Detox world.
It sure is. And we just want to welcome you and thank you for tuning into this Perfect Day live Q&A health and healing show where you matter and your questions matter. You can join by watching us here on Facebook or via Zoom every Wednesday evening at 5 p.m., even though we're a little bit late today. Better late than never. Just go to bhnuniversity.com to join and unleash the healer within. And then also remember that there are many ways to spread the word. You can watch from any of these platforms or watch recordings on all kinds of topics. Perfect for listening while you're traveling, relaxing, taking for a walk, or going for a walk. And also remember that you can always text your questions to Daryl directly at 1-469-861-9454. He's a real person and will call you back. And don't forget that we have another amazing sale going on. It's the New Year, New You Authentic Sale. You can check out all the amazing deals at the docofdetoxstore.com and schedule your perfect day consult at theperfectdayconsultation.com. If you're new to this, there's nothing like getting a strategy in place that you can put yourself in the driver's seat to your own healing. With this purchase, you're going to get a lifetime support and a help detailed plan to help you reach your goals for the new year, 2025. Right, guys?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here it is, 2025. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Another year. And more opportunity. It's more opportunity for you to change, for you to become that authentic self, for you stop holding yourself back, because that's what we do. We create things to recreate blocks in our life so that we don't move forward. So let's get rid of the chains that bind us and let's start moving.
Absolutely. It's a really exciting time to be alive, to be awake, and to uncover that real you, that new you, the authentic you, right? And so just like Lorraine said, we get things and we accidentally put things in our way. And we can just, if we had a little bit of understanding that that's the subconscious brain, is just to put those brakes on and say, oh, are you sure? Because you guess what? We're not dead yet with what we're doing. So I don't think we should change. You're not dead yet. It's like having a little person in the back of your head going, hang on, you're not dead yet. You're not dead yet. But we know that as long as we inform ourselves, we work on changing that, we use our love band to say, nope, that's the old Sandra. The new Sandra is totally okay with this change, and I can step out. And so as soon as your subconscious brain knows that you in your conscious brain are fully convinced, you can change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And any time is a good time for that change. every time, every moment, you're still breathing. Like Sandra said, you're not dead. You're still breathing. So why aren't you taking care of what needs to be taken care of? Why aren't you stepping into that greater authentic you? What is holding you back? And just do it. We've got the Love Band Life Band 321. I've got this. And we are here to support and help you and hold your hand if that's what you need. Give you some tips and some tricks. Today's topic is actually on how to use your perfect day guide. So the one that you can download for free from the app, or it's in the Doc of Detox library on the app, or you can go to pdgfree.com and download it that way. And this is an evergreen book. They keep on adding new things. So having the download at your fingertips is a really great idea. I personally love a book, but my book is not an evergreen thing. I've got the one that's 550-ish pages, so it's got a lot of information, and I prefer looking through the book. That's my age. That's what we did. I would much rather not be in front of the computer. Sandra has the book there. So I like to have physical books myself, and you can still purchase it too. But that download is one that's going to be evergreen. So it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, so long as you've got your phone and the app, you're going to be able to have access to it. Sandra?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys can see this, it's got a nice wire or plastic coil, so it's easy to open. And it is great to have it here. We don't want to spend hours and hours reading, but just to make sure that you stay completely up to date. That's where having that download available and checking in with the team when maybe every 6 months or so, just call in and say, hey, should I download a new copy just yet? As you know, the world is growing and changing, and Dr. Wolf keeps getting people come to him and bringing products. He tests them out, he checks them out, and only the cream of the crop are going to come in. And so we know that as things change, maybe even as learnings change, this document's going to slightly change as we go along. And we know there's some exciting products coming along. Not that we've got the ability to tell you about them, but there are new things coming along. But let's just slow down. Let's talk about water. You guys talk in a minute. I'm going to open up my online version, and let's just kind of do this example by example. So you guys, what do you have to say about water and how important is it?
Okay, go ahead, Cynthia.
I was going to say, well, water is life. Water is everything. And, sometimes we can get lost in wondering, like, well, how much water should I be drinking? Because when you're thirsty, you're already a little bit dehydrated. So staying hydrated throughout the whole day is so important to keeping your energies up. Look at you, Lorraine, being a great leader, drinking your water just as we speak. But how much does your body actually need? So you can take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 3, and then divide by 4. And that's how many ounces you need. So for a 150-pound person, multiply that times 3, that's 450. Divide by 4, that's 112.5 ounces. So 3.3 liters or 3.5 quarts. So that's quite a bit. But it's amazing how much better you're going to feel when you're drinking that water, especially the structured water, which has made such a difference in my life. I had no idea, just by pouring my water through that little handheld structure unit, how much more hydrated I feel and how much more energized I feel. Because with the structured water, that's 4th phase water, you're going to help neutralize those toxins and the chemicals and the heavy metals and all that stuff that the 5G and all of that. It's going to help filter that out just with that little structure unit. And it holds a lot more light energy. It's going to help release more hydrogen for more energy. It makes me feel just more mentally sharp. And then again, it's going to increase your hydration so much better. Like my skin is so different. Like everybody's starting to notice, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, structured water. I know you guys have had great results too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And structured water hydrates the body 1,000 times better. I mean, you can use one of our portable structured water units to structure all of your drinking water. A lot of people will go out and buy the house structured water unit. So that is put on right where the water is coming into the house. And now you're washing your clothes with structured water, you're showering with structured water, and you're using less detergent and soaps, and you're not making it so that your skin is starting to dry out. And like there's so many benefits of structured water, and the biggest one is it hydrates the body 1,000 times better. Other water, a bottled water, I mean, not only is it in a plastic container, but it's not hydrating. It's not high, and a lot of people have reverse osmosis or distilled. Again, these aren't hydrating. It's going in one end and out the other. We need to have minerals in there. We need it, and the structured water unit is going to put a different spin on anything that's negative. So instead of your body absorbing these negative things, they actually get pushed out of the body. So it goes in one end and out the other. And there's nothing to change on these things. They have little rocks they have these balls that are infused with crystals like tourmaline, quartz, amethyst, things like that, things that are naturally found in nature. And it erases any memory from the water too. And if you're using tap water, that water has gone through how many people's hands before it gets to you? So and water holds vibration. What I understand about water, it can hold more memory than your computer can. So just think about that for a second. And you're putting that water into your body. So yeah, you want to structure it. Sandra? You're muted.
Sandra!
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm double clicking or something. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Okay, so in the manual, one of the very first pages that it comes up on is just fabulous information. Let's go. Nope, right there. Oh, I thought I had it. Maybe I didn't have it. And it says, we are water. We are, we use water to cleanse. Here we are. There's the page. Remember who you are. Remember that you are water. We cry, we cleanse, we flow, we release. Remember that you are fire. Oh, this is interesting. We transmute, we adopt, we ignite, we inspire. Remember that you are air. We observe, we breathe, we focus and decide. Remember that you are earth. We ground and heal and build and nourish. And remember that you are love. You are unconditional, eternal love. So how important is water when we are water? It's pretty incredible. We scroll a little bit farther down to get right to the structured water section. And it is a part of the perfect day pillar number 1. And it's going to give you at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, at least 9 pages of water information in that manual. So dive into your printed version and your online version.
Absolutely. And just know that hot water works better in our body than cold water. So I know back in the day, everybody was doing cold water because someone said your body had to work at it, so you burn more energy. And everybody wanted to do that because, yeah, you wanted to make sure that your tank was moving things properly. But now we know that we're more concerned about the mucus level in the tubes. So if I had a jar and it had some oil in there and I wanted to clean it, I'm not going to use cold water. I'm going to use hot to warm water. And that's going to help reduce that mucus level. When we're toxic, our body creates more mucus to grab toxins and to actually protect the tissue. So we need hot to warm water. So start changing your thoughts around that. And yes, if you don't have a structured water unit and you can harvest spring water, that would be the next best thing.
Yeah, and you don't have to make it boring either. You can spice it up with a little bit of lemon or lime, or some of my favorite are putting the little super cinnamon in there with the lemon lift and the orange burst. And that combination too, I find like really helps with sugar cravings. And so you get kind of that little flavor and you're like, oh, wow, I was maybe just thirsty. I wasn't really hungry after all. So just a little tip there. And then it looks like it's leading us right into the lifestyle and not a diet, because just look at that word, a diet. So we call it what? A live it instead, because it is a lifestyle. And you don't want to put yourself on this New Year's, fad diet or something. No, it's about starting to nourish your body with what Mother Nature gave us. And things that haven't been manipulated, because everything in the grocery store has literally been touched by man, and it's just a mess out there. So finding, raw and fresh. There's so much information about, in the PDG free guide about, recipes and how to eat raw and fresh. But getting that life force energy from those fruits and vegetables, that's what it's about, because they're actually like living, and they're, I think you told me about this, Lorraine, they're giving their life force energy for us. And that just totally changed my view. I was like, oh my gosh, this carrot's giving its life for me. Thank you, carrot. And really just honoring that food and like slowing down and really taking a moment to chew your food. Remember, you don't have teeth in your digestive tract, so you've got to chew all that food almost down to a liquid. And remember that like fruits, they typically have a higher vibration, but vegetables are more grounding. So if you're feeling a little bit frazzled, those sweet potatoes help bring you to the ground. I've done this too. It actually really helps. And my favorite are the sprouts. Now that I've learned about these, they're the little babies, and they're filled with such high vibration, and they're literally like jumping for joy. So you eat those sprouts, you almost can like feel the love energy. It's amazing. And I think, that brings us into making a big rainbow salad. You guys, or no, we're going to talk about juices first.
Smoothies.
Yeah. Smoothies.
Yeah.
Yes. So like I was saying, chewing your food or put it in a smoothie, right?
Yeah.
And go ahead, Lorraine.
Okay, so with the Perfect Day protocol, we encourage intermittent fasting, and we encourage intermittent fasting so that we can our body uses about 60 to 70% of our daily energy for digesting. So when we're eating 3 meals a day and a couple of snacks, even if they're healthy, we are using that much energy. So 60, 70% of our daily energy on digesting. So we need to close down the window of digestion and open up the window of no digestion, so that your body actually has the time and the energy to do the beautiful work it needs to do. So with intermittent fasting, that means your first meal is going to be at about 11, last one at about 5 or 6. So intermittent fasting, because we need the energy and the time for our body to be able to do all the beautiful work it needs to do other than digesting. Sandra?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just scanning through Facebook and just want to make sure we're catching comments and questions as well. Brad he said he's watching from the country out in Ontario, I do believe he said. He's got a question. He said, what about well water? I would definitely, your well water is most likely great. I would test it though for the possibility of lots of minerals. So I would get a feel for what is the composition of the well water. And generally it should be pretty good. And we also have to make sure we realize that there could be surface runoff of different chemicals. So just test it out. And you know what? Structuring it again certainly is only going to raise that vibration again if you're a little bit unsure.
Absolutely. So in your perfect day manual, there's lots of recipes. So I want you to look at the smoothie recipes, and you can be picking any one of those. When you make a smoothie, you want to make sure it's only 5 ingredients. One of those ingredients is your protein source. Alternative milk can be one of those ingredients. Maybe you want to use a coconut water instead. I typically just use water. I don't know. It works. And then maybe a cup of berries. And I like to put greens in there. Not everybody does, but yeah, greens are really good. So just making sure it's 5 ingredients and only 1 protein source.
So checking in the manual, it's going to give us recipes starting on 504. Oh, pardon me. It's the evergreen issue there. Yeah. So just look for your recipes in the book. We've got blender drink recipes, green smoothies, raw some juicing, just juicing, and then into salad recipes and on and on.
Yeah. Cynthia?
Yeah, and those, I was going to say, is great for getting fruit into your kids too, because that's kind of what we have transitioned over. And I'm like, okay, what fruit smoothie can we make today? And let them partake in it. Let them decide, like, oh, we're going to do mango and, the colors, and let them put it in there. Let them blend it up and have some fun. It's not a diet, it's a live it, make it exciting. It doesn't have to be boring. Like this salad, look at how exciting this salad looks. It's blowing up right off the page.
Absolutely. And when we're trying to change over from a processed sugar to a natural sugar, we kind of want to be all on board for that, because that subconscious brain is going to be going, no, come on, you like the spin off of the chocolate and the candy. And so if you can give your children that enthusiasm for let's make your own smoothie, just think about how much more that's going to taste good and how much quicker then can your body switch over from looking for those refined sugars. And now I'm like, no, this natural sugar, woohoo, that is the bomb, right? There's no after effects from a natural sugar. It just feels good.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So again, there's lots of recipes in that Perfect Day Guide. So if you haven't downloaded it, take the opportunity and download it or purchase it, and start learning about food combining. So when you're making a meal, you need to be able to food combine right. So in the manual, there's about, 5 or 7 pages on food combining and how important it is. Because when you don't food combine properly, then the digestion slows down. And when it slows down, it starts to putrefy. And when it putrefies, now you're feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. We don't want to feed those guys, especially if I've made some beautiful meal. I want to be very careful. And like Cynthia said, chewing your solids to liquids, and really taking the time to taste and smell and give reverence to what you are putting into your body. Our thoughts and our feelings also hold vibration. So the more good we can bring in there, the better it's going to be.
Yeah. In the manual, it says food combining chart. We've got 2 pages of that. And then it goes into some rules, explaining the rules a little bit more. And then keep us scrolling down. And then diet no-nos. Woo-hoo-hoo. So lots of information I find right at my fingertips.
And then juicing. It's really great to start introducing some juicing because it's instant energy. And when you're pulling away from the old ways and not getting that sugar fix or that caffeine fix, juicing is gonna give you that boost. So yeah, start doing some juicing. And in the Perfect Day manual, there's a section about juicing for different ailments, and then there's another section just with a lot of different recipes that you can be using. And yeah,
you give your digestive system a little break, and let that liquid kind of go in there and coat it, and you'll be amazing how much this kind of ignites healing too, right guys?
it's a quick pick-me-up. So instead of reaching for that coffee or that chocolate bar, see how you can do with the juicing.
Yes.
So incorporating juicing. And if you are in a critical situation, you might want to be doing a lot of juicing because it is instant nourishment and your body doesn't have to worry about trying to break things down. It's already liquid.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and that brings us to belly button therapy. This is my favorite because this I thought was so silly. I'm like, what is this little tool with this happy guy on the end? But it turned out to be one of my favorite things. And so belly button therapy, it helps relieve adhesions in the abdomen and the pelvic area. But the best thing is it releases those feel good emotions, those happy hormones. So dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And it puts that body into that parasympathetic state. So it helps create flow through your digestive tract. So not only is it going to help lower that anxiety, but it's going to help lower that inflammation. And you just feel so much more chill. You don't even have to be doing it, for 20 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes every morning and evening. And it's amazing. You guys do it too, right?
Absolutely. One of my favorite things to do. My little granddaughter, who's 3, she'll grab my belly button therapy and she knows how to do it.
Yeah, the little ones love it. They're like, do my therapy.
Yeah.
So when we look in the manual, it is mentioned on 26 different pages, right? It is a part of the Perfect Day pillar number 3, the exercises and advanced energy medicine. And then we've got a page that's titled Lengthen, Strengthen, Detox, and Tone Overview. And it's mentioned in there in detail. So, woohoo.
Yeah. And then we've got the clapping, and it's best if you do clapping after you do your belly button therapy, because your belly button therapy just pushed your body into the parasympathetic nervous system, your calm, rest, and repair. And then you go and do some clapping. Now you're going to be able to clap way better. And, if I was in a hurry and I didn't have like 45 minutes, a half hour, I would at least do 10 minutes. And I would I ask people that I work with to work the clapping into the lymphatic areas. So that would be behind the knees, in the groin, the whole abdominal area, under the arms, around the neck. And you just pick one of those areas. So today I'm going to do behind my knees. Tomorrow I'm going to do in my groin. Next day I'm going to do my belly. I'm going to do my armpits next time, and then around my neck the next time. And then I'm going to cycle through again. And if you only did that every single day for a month, you're going to feel the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it activates those T cells and those stem cells, increasing that microcirculation and that tissue regeneration and immunity. Like, I did my head the other day for like 30 minutes. And when I was done, it was like, oh, it felt so good. I could think clearer. And I just felt like I had so much more energy. It's a fascinating thing. Really
Wonderful. Great. When we look into the manual, it is found on 18 different pages. We've got information and notations of the clapping. So your clapping is for life and clapping is for your health.
Awesome.
And for more information, you can check out the videos. You can go to the internal therapies or clapping for health, and you can find that free in the dodlibrary.com or on bhnapp.com under Learn.
Here's some examples of the lengthen, strengthen, and tone. There's there's 3 versions of a pelvic activation squats. Then there in the middle, you can see a picture of Daryl doing the crab stretch. I sit at a desk a lot, so I think I'm going to have to go home and try the crab stretch and maybe even try clapping on my head today, because I'm getting a little excited with everything speeding up here at work. So Sandra needs to cool her on down. And then the third picture is what we call the Chiro plate, taking a small dessert plate, what we call, placing it on the base of the skull, in between where the muscles and the skull is. And like you see, that's Daryl laying on the floor, and let your weight sit on it and move it around just a little bit and let those muscles relax. And then that plate is actually going to go in between the muscles and the base of the skull. And so that is going to help your relaxation. It's going to help a lot of flow. It's going to help you relax. It's really interesting when you can help out, right? Think of anyone that's got problems with headaches. I went and did some lymphatic drainage massage, and you know what she did? She took my hair, she twirled it around in a circle, and she was doing fascia release. And so then she was pulling on my scalp, and she said, "You know what, Sandra? Neither one of your ears will move on their own." So it was like, I think I've been a little intense for too long here.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what? Taking care of your skin is probably one of the best things you can be doing for yourself. And in that Perfect Day guide is tons of information that you can utilize to really take care of your skin, from the salt glows to the cocoa glow to
Epsom salt glow, the castor packs.
Yeah. Lots of ways that you can take care of your skin. So, dive deep into the book. Keep creating that new you with new ideas on how to support your body. The more times you can get in and do something beautiful for yourself, the more your body says, "Thank you. I feel better." Right?
I find a notation in the manual that says every 35 days, your skin replaces itself. So if you want it to replace better and better, let's start clapping. Let's start helping the body to say, "Oh, hey, pay attention over here. We need some extra help there." And like Cynthia said, the body will start making those stem cells and get a little bit more repair action happening. Yeah. In the manual, also, skin is mentioned on 103 pages.
And if you're doing one of the salt glows, you can actually take it and really scrub into the joints which will help to relieve any pain that you have there, depending on which salt glow that you're using. But definitely getting into those areas and really scrubbing and allowing that to get in there and remove the toxins and bring down the inflammation.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing the dry skin brushing, and it's just amazing how much you just feel like your skin is like alive afterwards. You feel that circulation. I mean, you can do it even on somebody that's losing their hair. Take that dry skin brush and just rub it around that area, combining with that hair restore and help bring life back to that area, because your skin is one of the biggest organs in your body. You got to take care of it. It'll take care of you.
One of the pages its skin shows up on, it says 75 different names for sugar. And scrolling down below, skin rashes. It said soda contains flame retardant, brominated vegetable oil, BVO, a chemical linked to soda rashes and nerve disorders.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when you look further into the book, a lot of people call and say, "Hey, I've got cataracts happening. Mm-hmm. What can I do?" Or "I've got tinnitus," or "I've got a hearing loss." We've got the information at your fingertips in that Perfect Day guide. So get it out and start using it. I mean, Dr. Wolf has put so much effort into getting the top-notch things that actually work into your hands.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think we're all, poster childs for that, and how much it's really just transformed our lives completely. And so these things, they're not just, we're not trying to sell you stuff. They really have worked. And for me, they've changed my life. Completely. We see. Go ahead.
An example for doing word searches in the manual: search purification or search restoration, and those words are in some of these very specific protocols that Lorraine was mentioning. Otherwise, just do something general like eye or skin or juice recipe. Right? Keep your search very general so that you can see the wide range of things that it'll pull up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got the nose, sinus, lungs, and blood. So there's lots you can be doing. You got a sinus problem, maybe you've got allergies, maybe the sensitivities and the pollen is out. Start doing something. Start being proactive. Let's make it so this doesn't escalate to something else. So in that Perfect Day guide, there's tons of information again. So if I were you and I had allergies, I would search allergies or nose and sinus and see what comes up. Right, Sandra?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just searching through here. I see beautiful skin, total purification and restoration, eye conditions. Let's keep scrolling. Yep. More eye conditions. There is one. This one says ear purification, restoration, infections, tinnitus, and loss of hearing. Lots of information about the silver bullet. Here we are. Nose, sinus, lung, and blood all together, giving you the product lineup and how to do it and what you'd need to buy, not just product wise, but sometimes it's a nebulizer, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things is that it's getting a home nebulizer or a little portable nebulizer. For me, I had asthma for most of my life growing up, and then I didn't help things because I started vaping, and I'm going to call myself out on that, but I was able to quit that by nebulizing like I was addicted. And so literally every time I would have that craving, I would take that nebulizer, I put it on there, and I would use it. It was like my vape, but it was the infinite iodine and then the nanofulvic drops. And Like at first I was like coughing. I had to just detox that stuff out, but I am breathing so much better. It's amazing. And like no addiction's gone. It's unbelievable how much this stuff really works.
Exactly.
Good. And we're moving along with our time, girls, so we should
Yep.
try to be wrapping up fairly quick.
Okay, I think we're just about at the end here. So the ultimate coffee enema, the vaginal rectal infusion. How can we even fathom that putting something in this way is going to make its way all the way down, all through that river city of tubes down to the bottom and still have efficacy? It's not going to work. We need to go from the bottom up. And the ultimate coffee enema, there is the black gold in there. And after you've taken the grains out, you've boiled the coffee and the black gold, you've strained the grains out, you are going to be adding that black diamond or tummy love. And the vaginal infusion, again, this information can be found. Just search it. Search it online and get the pages. Or if you've got the physical book, look where in the book it is, because it's listed as ultimate coffee enema and the vaginal infusion. The next thing is our Braveheart 12 loving steps. And for me, this was an utmost important thing that I needed to be doing. And I know for the people that I counsel, this is the one thing that the people that aren't getting the results aren't doing, because we've got to reset that mindset.
Yes, absolutely. I think this was probably the one of the most things that helped me, even prior to coming to the course, that it just changed my mindset completely. I mean, I realized like, wow, how far off I was from really truly loving and honoring this body. And like it's amazing to go through each and every one of them and go through it with your heart. And it's, miraculous to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. The emotional stuff is definitely what brought me into this world as well. And to then understand how the emotional turns into the physical, right? I always like to say your cells have the same desire to live that you do. It has the same commitment to life that you do. And it'll also adhere to what you believe as if it is the software for your body, right? So here's some practical things to explain this in short order, right? Having a Braveheart family means you're not going to keep secrets. You're going to be able to have those conversations. You're not going to walk on eggshells. You're not going to lie to keep the peace, right? I can tell you, I think that sentence alone will lead you to a variety of different cancers. Of course, they get very specific to what that dishonoring is. But my dear mother tried to play the middle referee of 8 other siblings, and she was, I think, the second sibling to die. She was the middle age, but the oldest died of a skin cancer, and then she died of breast, and then it went into lymph and into brain in the end, right? That sentence alone, not lying to keep the peace. My mother kept the peace, and it took her life at 47 years old, right? Braveheart family means not pretending that others are healthy when they're not. We're not going to tippy-toe around. We're not going to attend events that are just going to be detrimental to ourselves. We are not defending poor choices. We're not going to engage in toxic behavior, and we're not going to remain loyal to destructive behaviors, right? We can remain loyal to a person, but we don't have to honor that behavior, right? That little squirreling guy there is in the way, but we're not going to sacrifice my needs in an attempt to fix or save others. So this is really just going to simplify your life, and it's going to, we don't have to play games. We don't have to do all these things. All right. And so here's the main deal. Sorry, love, you go.
Yeah. So again, it's coming back to the ultimate healing guide, the perfect day lifestyle. So it's free for downloading. You can go to the BHN app and download it you go to learn and then library, and you'll find it in there. And then, or you can do pdgfree.com and download it there, or you can buy purchase the book, the physical book. Sandra, are they on sale right now, or are they? Yep.
Yeah,
So
they are on sale.
$5.
Yep, they are on sale down from 95 down to I think 66 something. So it's amazing.
Wow.
And
So
they've
that's an
shortcutted
amazing
some of the websites. Instead of trying to explain to people Doc of Detox, they've now shortened it to simply DOD.live. We'll get you to the main page. We'll find you links to absolutely everything. And then I'm just forgetting the store one. But yeah, so they're making it really easy for people just to type things in. Doc of Detox tends to be a bit of a handful, and to spell that out for people, right? So that was Daryl's creativity as, hey, we can't communicate the website well, so let's shorten it up. So
Awesome. And we do have our advanced water fast coming up right away, just around the corner. So we want everybody who's interested in finding out more information about the advanced water fast and how to do it. You need to tune in. So the advanced water fast perfect day protocol starts on January the 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it goes for 14 days. This is where you get yourself on that perfect day protocol before you start that advanced water fast. It's so much easier when you have detoxed the body a bit and you have got the body on a good schedule where the body's able to use that energy in repairing the body rather than digesting. And then just know that every single day, every weekday, we are going to be on live for Q&As for the water fast prep also, and then the water fast itself. So Sandra and I did it the last one, and I believe Cynthia and Cheryl are going to be helping us out this time. So there'll be the four of us coming at you.
Woohoo!
all right. So let's head to Braveheart Nation to get your in on the online webinars. We did one last Saturday, and we just couldn't get all the questions answered. So we're coming back on January 11th again. So if you want to head to braveheartnation.com or even bhnuniversity.com, you can get yourself signed up for these online lectures. It is, and if you want to ask and speak directly with Dr. Daryl Wolf, I would get in on the Zoom, not just watch online on the social media channels, because then you can have a chance to turn your video on and talk directly with him. So that's quite exciting. And that slide is updated. Good. January 11th, we're going to try to wrap up all the questions that we didn't answer the first time, and then February 12th. For the next one. And those are fun because it's a little bit more intimate, right? And you learn so much about the interaction between other people, even if it's not stuff that's concerning you, right? We've got warehouses all over the globe to make it easy for you and make it as quick and as painless as possible. We've got Power Pack clinics around the world, and we've got Power Pack shows. So check out DoD Power Pack. We've got the DoD 5-star Healing and Training Center in beautiful Ixtapa, Mexico. I would go down there just for a retreat, just to get away from the world. Here is your 2025 BHN course dates: Ixtapa, the first two, then Stuart, Florida. Calgary, all you Canadians that won't leave the country, get on board, and then back to Ixtapa in the fall. Dr. Daryl Wolf is doing his best to make sure these courses are affordable. So these are reduced prices for sure. $8,000 for the combination. And then Dr. Sage Wolf is out traveling at the moment. I do believe, he's about to head to Texas for bookings. And let me just check out, where else are we going here? Yeah, and then he's going to be heading to California. Those are the phone numbers to talk to the person that's hosting it. Here is all of the dates: Salina, Texas, LA, Toronto, Oliver, BC, Kelowna, BC, Calgary, Alberta, Stewart, Florida, and Dr. Sage Wolf's direct line if you have specific questions for him.
Oh, and then we've got the BHN app, which is amazing. You can find your tribe with other like-minded individuals. It's like a Facebook for brave hearts to come together, and you can just dive into Dr. Wolf's trainings and just track your perfect day. You'll have news and events, the New World Practitioner Map. You can search in Evolve, which is the world's largest free online library of videos, guides, and audios for self-healing. And like I said, connecting with other brave hearts from around the globe. You can even find your perfect match. Amazing. And you can tune into the practitioner patient live Q&A masterclasses, which are weekly on the Zoom call every Monday night at 6 p.m. There's also such great information going on there. And all of these life-changing, life-saving podcasts are available on all of these platforms. So tune in. And remember that you are your own best friend. And the only permanent healthcare is self-care. And the only permanent love is self-love.
And to rise to your full potential, you need to fly, which is first love yourself. Braveheart Nation, we are stronger together. We are so connected. And when you plug into that connection, we rise. We all rise. And then we have the Braveheart Oath. Sandra, do you want to do it?
Sure, love. I'd love to. So everyone take a couple of breaths. Help slow yourself down with your breath. Put your hand on your heart. Skin to skin contact is just amazing. Take that breath out. Okay. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost, before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I can. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart.
Thank you, Bravehearts, for tuning in and tuning up. You got this. We got this.
Have a great night. Happy New Year, everyone.